Welcome to the second Adeptus Titanicus battle report. I'm joined by Phil.
Hi.
Yeah, and we're going to be playing the open war mission cards at 1750 points.
Yes.
Of which I'm over 10 points, so you are now over 10 points.
I'm over by 5.
Okay, so
it was just easier than trying to do anything else.
It was. So we will get back to you with maniple lists. Stick around. So I will go first with my stuff because I feel like it.
To be fair, it is your channel. You can do whatever you want.
I'm not going to lie. Like, I mostly let everyone else go first, so I'll go first this time. So first, I'm playing Legio Krytos because why would I not? The God Breakers, the best,
such a cool
best
name.
Legio, the God Breakers.
I know, such a good name.
Yeah. So I've got a 40s battle maniple led by Senior Princeps Warlord Titan. He's got an Apocalypse missile launcher with Earthbreaker missiles.
Okay.
That's the Krytos special one that gives Quake. I've got 2 Power Claws on him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Spicy meatball. So then I've got a Reaver Titan.
Okay.
APOC launcher with Earthbreaker missiles, Gatling cannon, and Melter cannon.
Oh. Right.
Why is that a surprise?
It's not. I just like that loadout.
Such a great loadout.
I just like that loadout.
It's like the VMB plasma cannon of the Reaver category.
I think so, yeah, definitely.
Then I've got a Reaver Titan with Turbo Laser Destructor, Volcano Cannon, and Laser Blaster. Okay. Because that's what I had the weapon cards for. And then I've got a Lupercal Maniple. Senior Princeps is the Mars pattern.
Right.
The Mars pattern's armed with Vulcan Megabolter Plasma Blast Gun. And then I've got 2 Lucius patterns, one of which is a dual turbo laser destructor, and the second a Vulcan Megabolter Plasma Blast Gun.
Oh, nice.
So I've got 2 Princeps and Euros traits.
Yep.
Are we choosing traits, or are we not choosing
I always
traits?
think it's better to choose traits.
So I choose the 2 that allow me to still do a... So Krytos have one which allow you to still do an order, even if someone else in that maniple has failed an order.
Okay.
So they're both going to take that easy as possible.
Okay.
My stratagems were at 1750, so now we get 4.
Yep.
I'm going to take Titan Hunter Infantry.
Okay, of course.
Because I love it. Well, it gives scale to the Titans.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take Warp Displacement.
Now, I've read a lot about this, but I've actually not seen anyone use it.
Well, you've got to when you're taking a dual power fist warlord.
Yeah.
It's basically a 500 points handicap. So
it'd be good to see actually how that plays out, and if it's worthwhile, like taking a combat warlord then from that.
yeah, if that does, because with the traitor special rule, you get an extra 3-inch movement on one Titan once a game.
Beginning should be.
No, it's not. It can be any point.
Oh, has it changed? Okay.
No, it was always that. We'll look it up.
We'll look it up.
But yeah, with that combined with a warp placement field,
You're still getting nowhere.
I've got 6 yeah, well, it'll be full striding, and then I've got 6 activations to hopefully get the final one being the charge, so you can't move out of the way.
Yeah.
That's the plan. I'll reveal it to Phil right now.
Let's see if that comes out.
So go on.
So I'm taking Ruptura today, which is... It's got Princeps Seniores. Is it
Senior Princeps?
Who is in a Warbringer. It's got dual volcano cannons with a Quake cannon on top. I've got another Warbringer which is actually decked out exactly the same with 2 volcano cannons and a Quake cannon. Now the Reavers are all different.
Yeah, well, this is so that we've tried to both do this, is take different things so we can easily describe to you which one is which.
So I've got a Reaver with Melter Cannon, Gatling Cannon, and top hat of Turbo Laser Destructor.
Oh.
I've got another Reaver that's got a Turbo Blaster, Las Blaster. I always get the name wrong.
So Phil said that he would use his phone because he'd never get his army list by memory this time, because he did last time he took identical Titans.
And now I've put my phone down and trying to do it from memory. It's a Laser Blaster with Melter Cannon and Turbo Laser Destructor on the top hat as well. And the final Reaver has got Volcano Cannon with a Laser Blaster with Apocalypse Missile Launcher on the top. I missed out one thing though. I have taken one piece of generic war gear, which is for the Princeps Seniores. He is taking tracking gyroscopes, which allows a full arc for the
like the 90 degree.
The 90 degree full arc. And with my stratagems, I've taken Blind Barrage, because it's standard, pretty good. And I've taken Eye for an Eye. This stratagem can be purchased at any Crusade Legio.
Does it make all of my mana pools blind?
No, I get all Titans from my Legio. Play the strategy when a Titan from this Legio is destroyed by the opposing player. Until the end of the round, all friendly Titans from the Crusade Legio can re-roll hit rolls off of 1.
Okay.
And the last one I've got is Tracer Cloud.
Oh, so you can re-roll ones.
Reroll all misses if you're within the 5-inch blast.
Oh, is it all misses?
Yeah, but that needs to be played in the stratagem phase.
Oh, so I can move out of it in the movement phase.
It used to say you can play it at any time, but it's not. It's
and
actually,
then they realised that was complete.
it's ridiculous. So it can only be played in the strategy phase, which is not as good as it used to be.
Right, so that is our list. What are your Princeps and Euros trades? Are you going to get back with us later?
I can redeploy mine.
Okay.
So when everything's down, I can redeploy him.
Right.
Then it's more machine than anything else. Than man or woman. So I can redeploy it.
And Phil's only got 1 mana pool, so that's 1 mana pool trade. I've got 2, so I've got 2 Signores. So we will draw the objective cards. Do you want to do that now?
So I've not shuffled these, so
just pull one. It's fine. We're playing on an
arid world.
And it does.
The battle takes place on a world covered in burning deserts. The heat from its sun, capable of placing great strain on a Titan's reactor. This doesn't sound good already. During the battle, Titans vent plasma on a 5 rather than a 4. In addition, at the start of each end phase, players roll D6. For each of their Titans on a 5+, increase the Titan's reactor level by 1. I'm so glad you've taken Warhounds.
Yeah, well, I'm also so glad that I've only got 1 volcano cannon, unlike someone.
Oops.
So then, let's do the planetary effects. Oh no, that was the planetary effect. The battlefield effects.
The battlefield effects. So, again,
just pull one from the middle. There you
go. Lightning Storm.
Ooh.
The battlefield is shrouded in an electrical storm that disrupts active void shields and could damage unprotected Titans. This sounds like a horrid place to go, to be honest. It's not somewhere.
Why are we fighting over this place?
It's like you can have it, you win. All weapons gain the Voidbreaker 1 trait, or if they already have the Voidbreaker trait, increase the value in brackets by 2. Ooh. In addition, at the start of every end phase, roll a d6 for each Titan with a Void Shield level of X. On a 5+, the Titan is struck by lightning. Resolve a single strength 8 hit against the Titan's body.
So basically, it takes down our shields, and then when we're unshielded, we get effed in the air.
Yeah.
So then our main objective is you gain death and destruction. So you gain 10 victory points for destroying 25% of the total starting points value of the opposing player, 20 victory points for 50%, and 30 victory points for 75%. And we will do our secondary objective secretly.
So we're going to have to do that, but one thing we've missed out.
So basically it's kill points.
Yeah.
Deployment. Well, we'll come back when we're deploying with deployment.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So, okay, fine.
You don't have to show people, you just have to put it on.
Yeah. So we'll come back with that. And if you do like the battle report as you're going along, or even if you don't, click like, comment, and leave a comment if you don't like it especially. Tell us what I'm doing wrong. And subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon to be notified of when new videos come out. And if you want to buy us a coffee, there is a Patreon link below. Because it helps me get up in the morning. I die without it.
It's only cheap as well. Like £1 coffee, that's all I pretty much need.
There we go. So, stick around for the battle. What world are we playing on this, Phil?
Oh, it needs to be something really vile and repulsive, doesn't it? So I'd say Liverpool 5.
Okay, so we're playing on the world of Scouser 5, and this is the deployment. It's a very arid world. We're venting on a 5.
Venting on a 5, you gain heat on a 5 at the end of the turn per everyone.
Ooh.
And we've got the lightning storm that's hitting as well. So if you go to...
Basically, it's Void Breaker 1, which means you roll an extra dice when rolling for shields.
Yeah.
Or rolling again to take down someone's shields.
Yeah. And if your shields go down, you take an immediate strength 8 hit to the body.
Is it every turn, or is it just that one turn? We can look it up when we get into the game. Yeah, we've got the square deployments in the corners. I've gone with my Lupercal Maniple with Senior Precepts. I was leaving my space for the Warlord, but when Phil put both of his Warbringers over here, I thought, Senior Princeps Warlord, Ferrum McFerrum Face.
Nice name.
He's going over here in his 40s battle so he can share shields with everyone. So Phil, was there any method to your madness?
So I think I've kind of messed up with my deployment, but I'm going to go with it anyway.
How have you messed up?
So I think that I need more shield breaking ability over here.
Because you've only got that one APOC launcher, haven't you?
Yeah, and I've got the laser blaster, las blaster, so that can do it.
So it's the Volcano, las blaster, APOC launcher, Reaver, and both Warbringers that are armed identically.
And then these dudes over here have got a lot of shield breaking potential.
Yeah, with the Gatling blaster.
With the Gatling blaster, I've got the las blaster, and I've got the 2 turbo destructors on the top hat as well.
Yeah, for the shield breaker.
For the shield breaker, so they've got a lot of potential there. And I think that really I should have swapped like this one with one of these just to give that bit of ability. But I'm happy with what I'm going to be happy with what I'm going to do.
I imagine it will come down to who makes the least mistakes. So I've made one not putting these in base contact to share shields first turn. But you've done that. So we will roll for first turn. You finished first.
Yeah, so I get a D10, you get a D6.
You go first. Into the tray. 1.
Oh my god! 2.
He just about beats me. And Phil goes first on turn 1.
Right.
So we'll come back to you when we have done orders, because that will be the least confusing way of doing orders. So Phil, what orders did you get in turn 1?
So I got first fire on both my Warbringers and this Reaver here with the Apocalypse launcher on the top.
And while we're over here, I have deployed my Titan Hunter Infantry in this piece of terrain. Now they can pop up every turn in any piece of terrain.
Yeah.
Because they're the speediest guys on the board. Phil's really happy about it.
Yeah, I hate Titan Hunter Infantry.
And they'll be good in this actually. Before we drew this card, I'd already picked Titan Hunter. Because when do I not pick Titan Hunter Infantry?
All the time.
Because it gives scale to the Titans.
These guys here, I decided to forego any orders for them.
So all of my Lupercal Maniple chose to do one squadron this turn, and choosing to do full stride because I really want to get up the guts of Phil this turn. Senior Princeps, full stride. My Reaver with Gatling, full stride. And no order for my Volcano Turbo Laser Reaver. So over to you for your first action.
First action, I think what we'll do is with this Reaver with the Apocalypse launcher, going to fire the Apocalypse launcher straight away in its first fire order. I'm really worried about your Warlord there, so we're going to go with the Warlord first.
Phil's mistakenly worried about the Warlord. 5 dice and it'll be +1 from whatever hits you get. So 2. So I roll 3 dice for my shields.
Yep.
He's not going to push, but he's going to share with the...
Yeah.
So for my 40s battle, he's going to share with the Reaver behind him. 2. So the Reaver behind will just take both.
I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's me with that one.
Not too bad. They're feeling safe. I'm going to go over to there. So I'm going to do a 45-degree turn. And I'm just going to move 8 to here. And then 45 degrees back to hopefully get my front arc towards Phil a little bit. This Warhound is going to push its reactor.
That's the reactor one, yeah.
Ooh, he might go crazy. So on a 5 up, he doesn't go crazy. He's fine. So he takes 1 heat, and that is my Lucius. The paper one is the Mars. The Lucius with Plasma Blast Gun takes 1 heat and can go up to 12 this turn. So he turns once, goes 9, and then goes his additional 3 to get into base contact for the crucial shield sharing. And then my Lucius with dual turbo laser pushes his reactor for nothing.
Oh,
excellent. Well done, lads and ladies in the Titan. So he gets to base contact here. And it's over to Phil. First fire.
First fire with this bad boy over here. He's going to fire his Quake Cannon.
Is he?
Yeah.
So you don't have to do any heat.
So I'm not doing a heat, yeah. He's going to go... so he can't go that way because of the arc. So he'll have to go over here. And I'll plop it.
Back of this so that you get all 3. Misses.
Misses.
Scatters D10,
So
is
it scatters D10, yeah. Got one there.
it? Ooh, 7 inches off.
Oh,
So 7,
Go
well
this
out of
way.
nowhere, any which way takes it off. So next, my Reaver is going to... He's going to push his reactor this turn.
okay.
This turn's the turn for pushing reactors, I think. Oh, double. No. He goes into yellow because he's got a big boy reactor, though. And he goes 9 inches forward to here.
Awesome. Awesome. Right then. So,
Awesome work. Striding forwards.
so again, we're going to go with this chap here. He's going to go straight ahead. I'm going to plop it on the back of that there. He's going to go with a Quake Cannon again.
Yeah.
And just to see.
So you will be full cover due to your Titan and the pylon.
Yeah, so
it's all in the way.
-2.
Yeah. So Phil isn't in close range yet, so he's not got a -1 to hit.
Nah, I'm like 40 odd inches. So
Yeah, you're across the board.
So it's a 5. Oh no!
Hey, nay. So he was going here. Do you want to roll it next to us?
Oh, it hits.
Oh, so you follow the arrow on the scatter die.
So it's diagonally across there.
Phil scatters
Where's your 5 on that?
to there.
There it is.
And we'll say he just stays on the board because we're not being too accurate. I can't be bothered. Phil's such an argumentative guy. I can't be bothered arguing with him.
True. So it is 1 hit on the...
The shield of the Reaver.
So that's 2 then, because it's got Void Breaker.
Jesus. He's fine. He loves it. So he was actually on a 4 up, which I didn't declare, but
That's
he
fine.
loves it.
I'll let that go. I'll let that
You'll allow
slide.
it. You're not going to force me to re-roll it. are
No,
you?
I'll let that slide.
The Warlord, he's pushing his reactor. Who didn't see that coming? The close combat Warlord. He goes crazy.
And it's a 1.
And it's a 1. It's a 1.
Oh, go on. Roll your D6.
D6.
6.
Wrathful. The controlling player chooses one of the Titan's weapons that has not been disabled and attacks with it using the ballistic skill and weapon skill of 4+. So I choose his Apocalypse launchers and fire at your Reaver.
Thanks.
That's not the worst result that's ever happened to me. I'll roll 8 dice and re-roll 2. BS 4+ for the Titan. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can't re-roll 2, I'll re-roll 1. And it hits.
So
A lot of
1,
hits.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And 1 more because of Void Break.
I'll have to.
He'll re-roll 1 successful, is what he'll do.
So it's on 3s.
Yeah. You've gone down.
1, 2, 3, 4,
And
6.
re-roll 1 successful.
So that goes.
So that's 5 fails. 5 fails. Which I'm sure is a void shield collapse. Oh, Phil. Yeah, so the Reaver has 4 in its track. It goes from green to red.
Oh my god.
Shield collapse. So you now take a strength.
It's a strength 8 to the body on a 5 up. it actually is not automatic. So if you just want to roll that for
So now
us.
it's changed because it's now happening to Phil's Titan. So on a 5 up, no, it doesn't do it.
Right, good.
Jeez. Oh, and my Warlord goes at 1 heat on his big boy reactor. He's still in the green.
I'm gonna push the reactor on this guy here.
So that is your Melter Gatling Reaver.
Give me Melter Gatling Reaver because I want to increase his movement.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's gonna go 9.
Yeah. Next up, this Reaver is forced to push. So my Reaver with the Volcano Cannon and goes at 1 heat. And because he's stood directly behind the Warlord, he currently can't see anything. Which is why I had to push. So he's going to go 4.5 to the this way. I'm not going to complain about that.
No, I don't think you can do.
I was going to say it's a shame that he's stuck behind that Warlord, but I can't complain about that at all. The shield collapse was great.
So I'm going to play. I'm going to push this guy here.
Yeah. Don't you get to push 1 for free per turn?
I do. Thank you for reminding me on that. So he's going to push
such
for
a
free.
nice
Yeah,
guy.
such a nice guy. So he's going to, because I've learned how to use these now.
I don't think you need to do that to turn 45. That was the point that we was making.
I'm going to do it anyway. So there's 1 turn.
If you noticed, Emma was making jokes about that in the last video.
So there is 9 for his push.
So this is the Melter Turbo, or the Melter Laser Blaster one.
Yeah.
On to the damage control phase, because that is me all out. And
That's me done. I've got nothing else.
So we'll start with Senor Princeps Warlord. He has a big boy amount of Servitor Clades of 4. And his Senor Princeps big boy Servitor Clades do nothing. Next, I'm going to go on to my Apocalypse Melter Cannon Reaver that's spearheading the attack at the moment. He can vent once, and that's all, because we're having really big troubles venting because of the world. My Reaver that took the hits for the Warlord, because he's such a champion, vents once, which is good. Or I can restore his shield. He's 2 away from collapse, but he wants to fire his Volcano Cannon this turn.
Ooh, choices.
He's going to restore his shield,
Okay.
because I think I'm hoping I can take that and not go down into the orange. So then my Warhounds are fine. I've got the Plasma Blast Gun Vulcan Lucius, which vents once and goes back up to green and full. And my Mars Warhound took nothing as well.
Okay.
So where are we starting over here, Phil?
Just the one with the shield collapses. He's got 3 Servitor Clades, so we're going to go for that.
1 back. That's not a 5. That's an exclamation.
Oh my god, I picked up the wrong die.
He was so happy.
No! No! I honestly... So, just for everybody who knows, right, how similar do them two look?
Oh, they actually
do look
as well.
really similar. That's why I got really happy.
It is now your turn to fire first in the shooting phase.
So...
That was a big size.
Yeah, it was. This Warbringer is going to go... I'm going to go against the Reaver here.
Okay.
With everything.
So I think, is he got tracking gyroscopes or is he the straightforward one?
He's the straightforward one. But actually, the front and the base...
Oh, right, so
It's just
Yeah,
posed
cool.
weird.
not as weird as Emma's. Everyone can look back on the last video.
Volcano cannons.
Okay, so you have to push each time you fire.
I do. So it misses, but it goes at 1 heat.
And then you'll have to roll your scatter dice. Because it's single on its own, we can work out whether it's hit or not.
So
7
it's
off, so it's well off. Yeah.
Well gone.
What we'll be doing in this game, because we've got the dice tray and the cards, is if it's got the chance of hitting, we'll go and then look. Or if it's, say, here, where it's got 3, we'll show you. If it's a single Titan, we'll just do it based on math.
So let's go again.
Double heat.
So he's in the yellow there.
Yeah.
And it hits, so it's
So that's 2 shields.
It's... Whoa. It's a double hit, so it's actually 3 because it's got Void Breaker on it.
I forgot that the circle did the second hit.
Yeah.
So, he has got green in his reactor. He don't need to do anything else with his reactor. But your Apocalypse missile launcher is coming. I'm just going to roll them. So he takes 1 and stays in the 3+ range.
The big boy cannon.
Yeah. Quake cannon. Quake.
Misses.
How much did it scatter? 10. Well off.
All in all, for the first guy, really unsuccessful.
I'm not displeased. Yeah, the Reaver is going to do his full stride. So he's going to push his reactor. He might be awakened. 4, he's not. He's fine. 5 for his Warhound, 4 is a Reaver. So he can go his 9 forwards, and he might be getting a bit stranded here. So I'm actually just going to go. I'm going to go 6 forwards, so I didn't actually need to push. So, I sort of want to catch up with my Warlord for next turn so I can share shields.
This
Yeah.
is firing at that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to do the Apocalypse missile launcher first.
2 misses. So that's 4 shield saves. Phil really wants me to push. You see, this being our 3rd game in a couple of years of Titanicus, I've not yet learned the nuances of when you push your shield.
When you think they're going to collapse.
I think I'm going to. I think you do it before that, so that you can keep on the 3 for longer. That's the logic I'm going with anyway. So he's going to push a single. And then he does his shield saves. Oh, he loves it anyway. Oh my god.
What we're going to do is I'm going to push with this laser
So
blaster.
this is the draining on the laser blaster.
Yeah, draining on this, so to give it a shield breaker. So let's see what he does. Goes up 2, goes into yellow.
So he's still fine.
And then...
Phil uses an order dice. 3 hits.
So 4 shield saves.
4 saves. 3 go down, so his shields have been broken. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So do your 5 up to see if I get struck in the body.
No.
I don't.
No, you don't. The
Volcano cannon?
volcano cannon. So let's see if it hits.
Misses.
No, it
and
misses.
how far does it go? 4 off. So he's a 2.5 template, so it'll still hit him.
Yep, but it'll only hit him with 1 hit.
Yes.
So you've got no shields.
No shields.
So let's see where the body died. This is here. So let's see what we do here. So it's strength 10. Weapon.
So randomise which weapon. So it's a 13 to the weapon. 1, 2 is the melt cannon. 3, 4 it's the missile. 5, 6 it's the Gatling. It's the
5,
Gatling.
6 is the Gatling.
Okay. So a 13 to the Gatling just disables the Gatling because it's 1 hit.
Mm-hmm.
And your shields down on your Reaver.
They are.
My Reaver with the volcano and 2 lasers is going to fire. It should have full strided and moved forward, really, because it's going to be out of range of the lasers. I'm not going to push any of the lasers. Will you just measure the range for me, please, Phil? 32-inch range for both of them. No, it's out.
Yeah, just out.
So if he hadn't gone crazy, so he's just a volcano, the push dice and the hit dice at the same time. He misses and maybe goes crazy. I'll tell you what, they
Bonkers.
really going crazy, these
Bonkers.
Titans. So the command check, he fails. So he doesn't actually do that miss.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is just a bit of fast dice. But 4 on the belligerent, I move D6 towards the nearest enemy unit within its front arc.
Okay.
So the amount he moves forward, 6. It's other than the fact that I've done no damage, it's all coming at Millhouse at the moment.
It really is, isn't it? Second Warbringer is now going to shoot Sting. And it's going to shoot against this guy here because he's got no shields.
Okay.
So, what we'll do first is the Quake Cannon.
Okay, so I'm really hoping this misses. I'm moving half speed. It misses because I'm in full cover from Phil standing behind so many things. Phil's car park. He goes an 8 well off, so he's moving full. So let's actually show that 8. The 8 ends up.
No, the 8's
here.
diagonal.
Or whichever way.
It doesn't really.
Yeah.
It goes that way, but he's not going to hit anything even with the Latch Blast.
Yes. So the 2 volcanoes.
So pushing.
Yeah. So pushing the first volcano, goes crazy, or might go crazy. He's got a migraine at the moment.
On a 2-up. Passes it.
Is this Senor Princeps?
It is Senior Princeps, yeah, so that's why he passes on that. So he's fine, he goes up 1 heat. And let's see if he hits. He doesn't.
Are you regretting standing in the car park?
Yeah.
8. Same roll, well off.
Well off.
And
So,
the next Bellicosa goes up 1 heat.
so he's in yellow still. Misses.
And he misses by 8, does he? Misses by 5
5.
and off the board. What were?
Oh well.
So my Warlord is going to do his speedy move in the full stride. He pushes his reactor. He might go crazy.
Oh my god, how many times have you done that now?
He gets a 2 and passes because he's a Senor Princeps.
Senior Princeps. So he goes, what is it, a mighty 6?
He goes a mighty 6. So 6 to here. You can see he's charging up the board now. So you have 2 Reavers on this side of the battlefield.
So this Reaver is going to shoot.
So this is the Melt Cannon Gatling Reaver.
Yeah, it
He's shooting at
is.
the Lucius Hound.
Yeah, so we're going to just see if he's in range, which he is. Just
And I
going to shoot that
stupidly didn't turn
first.
back, did I? That Lucius is going to share its shields.
That's right, so I'm going to push my Void. I'm going to push with
The
this.
draining.
For the draining.
May go crazy.
Oh dear.
Oh my head.
So it is on a 4 for a Reaver.
He goes crazy.
Oh my god.
So that ends his activation, but what does it do?
5.
Predatory. Choose one of the Titan's weapons at random. So he fires with the one random weapon at the nearest target, which is the target he was firing at, the Lucius Hound with turbos. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
so 5, 6 is the melter cannon.
Oh, I'll just roll it then. And I won't roll that one.
Reactor dice. 6, the melter cannon. So I imagine you're going to place it on its head rather than in the middle of the base.
So I have to roll to hit with it now.
Yep. So it's a 4+.
Hits.
Hits. So that's 2 hits on the Lucius Hound with turbo lasers, 1 hit on the Senor Princeps Mars.
Yep. So you've got 3 saves
Yep.
on this one and 2 saves on that one.
So turbo lasers sharing with Senor Princeps.
Okay.
He fails 1, so he's just going to take 1. And he goes into 4+, but that's his first damage. Senor Princeps, on a 3+, double 1. So, my Lucius will actually take 2, and Senor Princeps will take none, because I like Senor Princeps.
Okay.
Ends your activation, so it's my squadron's activation now. They're full striding, so Senor Princeps doesn't want to push his reactor at the moment. He goes 8. Lucius with Blast and Vulcan Megabolter goes 8. And Turbo Laser Lucius goes 6 within his front and 2 still within his front arc to share shields with a different Warhound now.
Okay. So I've got 1 more Reaver left.
Okay.
I'm going to fire his Turbo Laser Destructor
Yeah.
at the one that's got... Oh, you're sharing your shield, you'll just share it with the other one, won't you?
So I've got the Lucius with Turbo Lasers on a 4-up. This one is on a 4-up but can share with 3-up Senor Princeps. Senor Princeps hasn't taken any yet.
I think we'll go for the Princeps, to be honest. I know we can share his shields, but
they all can, yeah.
But they all can, so we'll go with the top hat first.
Are you draining the top hat?
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Let's do it.
What's the worst that can happen?
Alan Merritt's activation yet again. Where is that? There it is, I've got it here. So
before the battle, Phil said, always return back to exactly there.
And I haven't done it once yet. Oh, no heat!
Yes! Score! So,
one hit.
One hit.
So you've got 2 saves at -1.
So, sharing shields with the Warhound that's almost collapsed. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I am. So 4 ups. He takes 1, and Senior Princeps will just take that on his shields and go to a 4.
Okay, so next thing we'll do is the this one here.
So that's the Laser Blaster with 3 shots into Senior Princeps.
Yeah, again, and we'll try and get the
draining
breaker off again. And he takes 1 heat, so I'm happy with that. And so he's got 3 shots.
So he's forced to hit. 3 for your base, and he's firing through this piece of cover.
So you've got
3
2
saves to make.
Minus. What's he on now?
At -1, he's on a 4-up track.
Right. Okay. So he's
5s. Ooh, and he's got nothing in his reactor. No, he's just going to take them. I'm going to roll 3 5s. 2 of them.
Not bad. Not bad.
And then finally, your Melter Cannon. So 4s to hit. Missed.
That wouldn't be 4s, that would be 3s, but it would be regardless of that anyway.
Yeah, the one missed. So yeah, sorry, lying to you, but makes no difference.
You want me to roll it here?
Yeah. So 3 inches that way, we'll get 1 hit on the Turbo Laser, 1 on the Mars.
Okay.
Senior Princeps, who is sharing his shields. So 2 shield saves for Senior Princeps on 4s. Takes both and his shields collapse. And then we'll just do the 2 on the Lucius at the back. So he passes 1 and fails 1, so still has a shield left, and then you get to do your hit, or check to see if you get...
The lightning.
Yeah. You do. Strength 8 hit on the body, what does it do?
10.
10, a direct hit. So it's not bad for you. It still does damage. For 3. So that was all of my activations this turn. Have you got any more?
No, that's it. We're now in the end phase.
And in the end phase.
We have to roll a 5. We have to roll a dice. If we get a 5 up, each Titan takes 1 heat.
Okay, so my Warlord on a 5 up. No, he's fine. My Reaver with the destroyed Gatling blaster leading the charge at the front. He's fine. Volcano Reaver is fine, and they didn't mind taking it, but Mars Warhound doesn't. Lucius Warhound with the Vulcan Megabolter doesn't. Turbo Laser Destructor Lucius doesn't.
Oh my god. So we'll go with this Reaver here, which is this one with the Apocalypse Missile Launcher.
Yeah.
Doesn't. We'll go then with this Reaver here, which is this one. Oh, he takes a heat.
So that is the Turbo Laser Destructor Laser Blaster Melter Cannon Reaver.
Yeah. This one, which is the Gatling Melter Cannon and the Turbo Laser Destructor. No. Now, we'll do this Warhound first.
So the non-Princeps.
The non-Princess one. Because I haven't got another card, it's represented by the gold pip source on this. So no.
And the Princeps.
Princeps.
Does.
Yeah, so the Princeps now goes into yellow as well. Not too bad with that.
Yeah, 2 heat, not terrible.
Well, if this one went up 1, it would go into orange. So I'm quite happy with going into yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have been much worse.
Yeah.
Oh! I've got my Titan Hunter Infantry to fire with.
Oh, yeah.
I do. So my Titan Hunter Infantry, the first one is going to fire into Senior Princeps.
Okay. You know this one's got no shields.
I don't. They're only strength 5, so I want to fire. There'll be strength 6 on your side.
It's up to you, isn't it? It's up to you.
I'm going to do that. So they hit on 5s. So 2 hits at strength 6 in Phil's side. So I'll randomise. The body, 10. So that's a direct hit.
Direct hit goes up 1.
So for the second base of Titan Hunter Infantry, 2 more. See what it does. The body for 11 and 12.
So now he's on +1.
2 direct.
Yeah, 2 directs and +1 on his track now.
Okay, so that is now the end of the turn. Good job, Titan Hunter Infantry. I love you so much.
They're a nightmare. I can't believe they're just there all the time. And you can't get rid of them. I don't know any way of getting rid of them.
Well, it's like there's the repeating ones. They're not excellent. That was very, very lucky. But then they're not excellent, but the fact that they do it every turn is very good.
I can't believe I told you to shoot at the Reaver as well. I should have just left it and said, I'll just shoot at the Warbringer instead.
So we will see you guys in turn 2. So turn 2, we're going to roll off for priority. Are we rolling D6 or D10s?
There's D10s now. It's only D6 for the first one, so.
8 and 10 for Phil. Are you going first, Phil?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Titan Hunter Infantry pop up in exactly the same place. I quite like shooting into the side of that Reaver. So orders, and we will come back to you guys with orders. So back from the orders phase, I got full stride off on my Warlord, because he really wants to punch someone in the face. I chose to not do orders with these Reavers, because I need to start firing. I can't do emergency repairs because I need to... I'm probably in range, I probably could do emergency repairs there, but he wants to move and shoot. Emergency repairs went off on these Warhounds because having them soak up a load of fire is in fact really useful. So they're going to do their repair rolls now. So they get 2 clades each, they get +1 because it's an emergency repair. So send your Princeps in the Mars. He gets a shield back on a 5.
You got a 4 and a 2. Oh, it gets +1 to the roll,
yeah.
Sorry,
I didn't say that.
I thought you meant +1 dice, and I was like, what are you doing?
That was worth saying as well. So, Lucius with the Vulcan, nothing. And the Warhound with dual turbos on the Lucius gets a shield back. So, I'm then going to declare... Oh, so these are in the same squadron, I said.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's it.
Right, okay.
I was thinking about using a blind barrage, but I don't have one, so that would have been hard. It's you that has the blind barrage.
I am going to actually play one of my stratagems, and it is blind barrage that I'm going to play.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So
sorry, I missed. There's another one where it's a template.
Like the smoke barrage.
Yeah, smoke barrage. I think it's got something like that.
So into the movement phase, of which you're going first, Phil.
Yeah. So this guy here, within his front arc, he's going to move his 6
to get away from that type of Hunter Infantry.
And then he's going to turn like that.
So that's the Apoc Volcano Reaver.
Yeah.
Senor Princeps here is going to attempt to do his pushed reactor stride.
Why did you say attempt?
Because last time he went crazy and shot his Apoc launcher.
Oh, what a shame. What a shame.
He gets 1 heat, goes into the yellow, and he moves forward 6. Now, what my plan here is I'm hoping that he'll be able to just... Oh no, he only has to get within 2, because I'm a Fortis battle. Amazing. So he can now share shields and provide shields for this Reaver whose shields he's knocked out. So over to you, Phil. He's just... Basically, my plan was to just give a bit more protection to the Reaver during the movement phase, which is why he held off last turn. You doing your fire first, Phil?
Yeah, I think I will do with this one here.
So, the only one to actually get the order because Phil failed.
My other one with my Princeps.
On a 1.
On a 1. So he's going to fire his Quake Cannon. I want to do the Volcano, but I'm on yellow reactor with him already, and if I get a couple, he'll go into orange. I don't really want to do that. So I'm just going to fire with the Quake Cannon.
Yeah, he's going to share shields with Senor Princeps. He really wants to get in that void bubble.
-1 to hit.
24.
It's in 24. So it's on a 4. Misses.
And see which way it goes. Straight forwards 4. Is it a large blast, yeah?
Yeah. So
he still clips him, but he's going to take the shields of Senor Princeps. And Senor Princeps is on a 3 still. Oh, and it's 2, isn't it? Oh. So he takes 1 on Senor Princeps. He stays in a 3. My Reaver here is going, and that was your only first fire, wasn't it? So it now doesn't actually matter when my Reaver goes. My Reaver here is going to push its reactor for speed. So he goes up 1, stays in the orange, but he's only 1 away from the... Stays in the yellow, he's only 1 away from the orange now. So he goes 9. But it's a very friendly, nice 9. That takes him to there, but he'll come to the edge to try and line up a shot. If the shields go down on that Warbringer, he's got a tasty melter there. So over to Phil.
I was thinking about moving this one. Just
may as well to get out of that cover.
2.5. So I'll move him there.
So this is Senor Princeps, and you were 2 or 1 away from the orange, so you didn't want to push there for an extra bit of...
Yeah, I'm 1 away from the orange on both of them, so I don't want to push on them at all.
This Reaver, with the the Volcano Cannon, is going to move 6. Mm-hmm. And he's happy there. He's actually going to move to there within his front arc, just to give him the option of getting a shot if the shield on this Warbringer goes down.
Okay.
Phil's activating his Melter Cannon Laser Blaster Reaver.
Yep.
Who are coming over to provide support.
It's going to need to.
So then it's my activation of my squadron. So they're just going to move their 8 inches to here and square up their shoulders for the incoming barrage. Move slightly back so that they can get in a triplet of sharing shields. Okay, so their first fires means they won't be firing this turn. And Phil moves his final unit.
So
he loves this template.
Turn. It's going to go 6. And then turn, which is what it is from now. Okay.
So we will go into the repairs phase. Do you want to go first on me, Phil?
Yeah, no, I'm desperate to do this, in all honesty.
So I'll come round.
Right, okay. So we'll do non-senior Warbringer.
Yep. So Phil gets 2 6s and a 4.
1, 2.
And that's 2 vents, is it?
Yeah, 2 vents. Go to the next one.
Senor Princeps Warbringer. 1 vent. So and that's on the silver.
Silver pip. Then we'll go down to this Reaver here.
So that's the Blind Barrage Apocalypse Launcher Reaver.
Yep. Do you know what? I need to roll 1 more for each. It's 4 for a Warbringer.
So Senor
goes down under the pip.
And not Senor.
Doesn't do anything. Then Reaver.
Yep, so the Apoc Launcher Reaver. He can vent, but he can't restore a shield because that needs a 6.
But we'll do this guy here.
So that was the...
It's the melter cannon with the las blaster and turbo laser destructor. Then the next one, which is the final one, which is this guy here, which is the Gatling melter cannon. He goes down 1 as well.
So on Krytos' repairs, the Warlord can do 2 things. So he's got to get 2 shield back. He loves his shields. Does our old Warlord. My Reaver spearheading the charge. He's got a weapon disabled. He's got his shields out and he's close to the orange. So he can vent or get his Gatling back. He's going to vent. But he can't get his shield back, crucially. My Reaver with the Volcano Cannon gets the 6 that the other one needed. And he restores his reactor because he wants to be firing his volcano. Now the Warhounds. The Turbo Laser Lucius gets his shield back. The Lucius with Plasma Blast Gun does nothing. And Senor Princeps, nothing. Oh, so unreliable. And any more damage control phase stuff?
No, everybody else is in quite a healthy reactor, so I've got nothing to do there.
Okay. Into the shooting phase. Phil, you went first.
Ooh, so this is a tricky one, this one, because without having a blind barrage on it,
You can't shoot.
It can shoot.
Can it?
Yeah.
What is the negative?
Any attacks that target it or are made by it suffer a -2 to hit penalty. So
Right. So you're -2 to hit.
So even though it's got no shields, it could be alright. It could be alright. Where I want to get rid of
that Reaver.
that Reaver here. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go with my Princeps
Yep.
first. Everything's going to go into the Reaver.
So I'd say just the one Bellicosa
Okay.
gets cover.
The Quake's going to go first. So 3s. Oh, 4s. It misses because it's within 24 inches.
So see how far. 1. So
One.
it still gets its template over it.
Yep. And it'll still get the
It'll still get the hole.
So
I'm quoked.
quoked.
I'm quaked.
So it's
2 hits to wear.
There it is. Where are you going? Head.
So roll you 2 hits.
Roll to
So strength 9 becomes 11 and 12 on this Reaver. So 11 and 12 are both directs. So you advance me 2 on the track.
and it can turn now as well.
Do you always do that?
Yes.
So roll on a 1-2, you knock me to the left. On the 3-4, you knock me an inch back. So you knock me to the right.
Cool. So now we'll do this Bellicosa.
Okay. So that's the right Bellicosa without cover. And the draining dice.
Oh no, this is where it could all go horrifically wrong. No, it's fine. So he goes up 2, so he's still in the yellow.
So 1 from orange. You do 2 hits to wear.
So it is
13s to the legs. So 2 devastating. 1, 2. So I'm at the end of the +1 track in the legs.
right, okay.
The second Bellicosa.
Let's do that first.
Advances 1 into the orange, so you will start rolling on the reactor table from now on. Ooh. So to hit on a 4+ now, because it's through cover, nails him for 2. The body. Oh, 17s to the body. So 17s is 2 criticals. 1, 2, 1, 2. So the end track, and I get a reactor leak and void shield burnout. Do you know what? It's not the Warhound. 17s is still criticals. 1, 2, 1, 2. So he's at the end of the +1 track, and 2 criticals is React Elite 1 and Void Shield Burnout. So he's. Yeah, I imagine so. Good.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
So it's whether or not I ineffectually do anything with this Reaver for a turn. Because I think he's not going to be able to get anything done, but if he waits, he's going to get knocked out of the fight. He's going to blaze away with his Apocalypse Missile Launcher.
Go for it.
Actually, I'm going to fire at your blind barraged Reaver if I'm in arc.
Okay.
No, he's not going to be in arc. I'm going to fire at the Warbringer right in front of him.
Okay.
So here's hoping for 5 hits on the Warbringer. Not even one. Phil, is that cover from there?
I'm not gonna say so.
Right.
Honestly.
So 1 hit becomes 2 because of the storms. Goes through.
I'm not upset with that.
Yeah. Phil, over to you.
He is gonna go.
So this is the non-princeps.
Non-princess Warbringer is gonna go straight into this guy here.
My poor Reaver.
We're gonna go with the Bellicosas. No, we'll go with the Quake first.
Yeah.
To see if we can turn him a little bit to get in the side arc a bit. And what we want is one of these dice here. We want one of these dice. So it's force, because you're within 24. It misses.
Let's see where it goes.
Do you know what? Warbringers are useless.
They're not. They're doing pretty well here.
5 inches.
So Phil has just declared, obviously, that you've heard, Warbringers are useless, and I'm running a dual fist Warlord.
Still useless.
I don't think you get to make that judgment. And the template should be off.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 5 inches.
Right then, so Bellicosa.
Yeah. Nothing. And a 3 up to hit. Misses. Off the board.
Bellicosa again. Okay. Hits. So it's 2 hits.
To the wear. Body. You get +1 to these, so that's 16, which is a critical, and destroys me. So he goes to the end of the track, but the critical takes me to there, and he's 13, pushes past the end of the track, and destroys. So that's catastrophic damage.
Now we roll on the table. So it's a D10.
7.
Wildfire. The Titan turns to face a random direction determined by the scatter dice, then shoots with each of its weapons that is not disabled. One after the other, each one must target the nearest friend of... for God's sake. It uses a ballistic skill of 5+.
So, directly towards you. So he fires at the Warbringer that's downed him. The APOC launcher first. 2 hits, that becomes 3.
I am going to push my shields on this because he's still in a really healthy reactor thing.
Okay. So you take 1. Phil's having an aneurysm.
Take 1.
Yeah, it's not.
Then it's a check.
Passes. So he passes. 3 shield saves. Rerolling the 1. All fine.
All fine.
And the melter cannon misses. It goes backwards 7 and goes well off the board.
Yeah, it's going that way there. It's going to be end up here.
So Philly's standing about 7 from the edge of the board.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. See, I'm playing a lot of games now, Phil, and I work with the tape measure all day. So, when I fail a fantasy charge, you can point out I just said that. So yeah, that Titan then falls and goes, he's scaled directly forwards, so 9, but hits nothing and collapses just in front of you. I'm going to fire with the first of my Titan Hunter Infantry into your Warbringer.
Which one?
Into your the one that's just fired, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that I got a better shot on with my Reaver.
Reaver.
So 5s to hit. So 2 shield saves on the Warbringer. Are you pushing your reactor?
Yeah, because I'm still quite good. I'm in yellow.
You're 2 away from the orange.
No,
yeah.
I'm not. Both saved.
Okay, over to you.
So now, because I've downed a Reaver, all my Titans for the remainder of this turn get +1 to hit. And you can literally hear the eye roll from Max as he's doing that.
It's just because I get such a plethora of Legion rules. But
So so these can't fire because they moved. So really, we're only be going over this way a little bit, I think.
what for that one thing that can fire?
So that one thing that can fire. So I'm gonna go and shoot with this here.
So that's the blind barraged Reaver.
So it's -2, but now it gets +1 to hit.
So you hit on 4s against what is it you're firing at?
So I'm thinking I'm gonna go for the Reaver because this has got its pock launchers.
So you're -2 because.
Well, I'll go for the Warlord then. I'll go for the Warlord.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
first things first is the Apocalypse launchers.
And I will be sharing shields.
So that was a 5 there before. Yeah. So you've got 4, so you've got 5 saves.
So I'm going to push my reactor. 2. So he goes into the orange. Yay. And I don't get to re-roll any. So I just take 1. He's going to be an exploder in.
With that Reaver there, we're going to push his reactor then for the shield breaker on the Las Blaster. So let's see what he does. He takes 1.
Yellow.
So 3 shots, hitting on 4s again. So 2 hits. So that's 3 saves.
Yeah.
At -1 to your shields as well.
Yeah. So 4s. So he's going to take 1 of them and 2 on the Reaver.
Okay. Bit of volcano. So let's see what happens with that. With pushing, just goes up 1. So he's still in the yellow track there. He hits on a 4. He misses.
So the centre of the Warlord. See where he goes.
Do you want me to roll it over into the Warlord or
Yeah,
there? Yeah.
So 7.
Well off.
Well off. My second Titan Hunter Infantry is going to fire at your Warbringer again. No hits. Oh no, I mean close range. Why have we not been checking this one? Close range is +1. So 1 hit now. So
I don't know what the close range is. I don't know what the close range is at all. Okay, so
2 shield saves.
I'll just take the shield saves. They're still on 3 up save, so a 1 and 1 goes through, so it goes on to. So we'll go with this dude here.
Okay, so that's your Melter Gatling Reaver.
Yeah. So first we'll push
For the draining.
Ooh. Do we do that? Because I'd rather just try and take down your shield than. I don't. Yeah, we'll do it.
So you push him.
So 2. So he goes into his yellow.
His last yellow.
Last yellow. So he's hitting on 2s.
Oh, because you get +1 to hit, don't you?
So 1 hit. So it's 2.
And these are obviously sharing shields from the formation. Who was that into? Oh, it don't matter, does it?
I'll do it into the Princeps because I'm definitely into the side of that one, just in case everything goes wrong.
He has a 3-up from the shared shields for the dual turbo laser.
Have you got any that are on a 4-up at all?
Yeah.
Which one's at a 4? Is it this one at a 4-up?
No, this one's on a 3. These 2 are both on 4s.
Right, so I'm still going to him then.
Yeah, but I can still take it on a 3 from the shared shields.
I thought they just came off their shield track. All right, I don't share shields enough to be perfectly honest.
So, a 3-up, this Warhound, 2 of them. So 4s, 2 failed, and it will take 1 off Senior Princeps, and 1 goes down to a 4 on the Lucius Turbo.
Okay, so the next thing is the Gatling. So 6.
Yeah, 6 for the Gatling.
You're not within 8 inches. I know that's not 8 inches,
No.
but I can't hit on ones anyway. So 4.
Okay, so 4 shield saves of 4 up.
5.
So 3 shields down. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Melt the cannon now.
Yeah, into Senior Princeps. In the back of his base, I imagine. So like,
Yeah.
to hit all of them.
Hits.
Yep.
What's the shield on here? Is it
They
full?
all have that one shield shared.
They have one shield
Between them.
So let's go for this guy here first.
So the Lucius with Vulcan Megabolter.
He's 2.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he's 2. It's failed anyway.
It's failed
so
anyway.
the shields collapse, but that shot is gone.
Yep.
Now the 2.
So it's 2 on. It's 1 on this guy.
Yeah.
Am I within 12? Yes. So I get a D10 to when I'm doing my
Yeah.
hit. There it is. So
6 to the where?
Oh, for God's sake.
Which weapon? So he's 2 turbos actually. So what are the turbos?
The left one.
Right.
It doesn't really matter. So that's 16.
And then 2 hits on Senior Princeps at 12-inch range.
So first one, it's 13 on the leg, and then it's 14 on the leg.
13 is direct and 14 is direct. 1, 2. So I'm 1 away from the end of my track. I'm going to fire with my Reaver here into your Warbringer. He's going to fire Draining on his Laser Blaster. The Draining takes nothing. And then he is going to hit on 3s. All missed. The Draining on his top hat. 1. He's still in the green. So 2 hits.
Right, so it's 3s
On the shield, I
So it's on
pushed.
5s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to push really to keep him alive. So it only goes up 1.
So you're 1 away from the orange.
Yeah.
So
2
2
gets
fails.
2 fails. So he's now still in 4 up.
Right, and then I'm going to fire the Volcano Cannon. Take 1 heat, and I hit you on a 3. So I miss. So right over his head, obviously. 1 inch, and hits you twice. So do you want to push your reactor again?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
You double sure?
Absolutely positive.
Right. So 3 because of the extra dice.
And it's on 4 ups.
So he's gone. He has. And on a 5, I do a strength 8 hit to his body. I do. See what it does. 11.
Goes up 1.
Okay. So I've got 1 activation left. Phil, do your... I think you've only got 1 left, haven't you?
It's just this guy here.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to go into the side of your Warlord, to be honest. I don't think I've got any of the... There's nothing else you can really see. This one first, the top one.
The top hat on the Laser Blaster Melter Cannon.
What's
one.
his shields at the moment, please?
3.
3. Still 3, so we're going to push that.
Yeah. Yeah, still 3.
So it goes up 1.
So he takes his first reactor heat. So you're firing directly through.
It's -2 for that, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I've still got my +1
So
to hit,
4s.
so it's 4s. So 1 hits.
Okay, so 1 3 up, and he's sharing shields with the Reaver. So 2 failed.
Yep.
Because it's 4 up, sorry.
It's 4s.
Because of draining. 1. Oh, and he's going to have to take both. There's no point sharing there. I don't want the shields to collapse on the other one.
The long range on a Las Blaster is
16.
16, so he's going to have -1 there.
So he's going to be on 5s now. Because you're -2 for the cover,
Yeah,
-1 for
five.
the other one, 6, +1 for your Legio rule.
So he'll be on 5s, which is
Not bad.
not bad. But do we push it then on this as well to try and get rid of him? No, we won't do on this one. We'll just go with the 3. 1 hit.
He fails both. Luckily, I didn't share shields there. I didn't scream it to the heavens because I almost did. Then the melter cannon. Long range, but... So it's just the -2 + 1.
Yeah, so force. Misses.
And see where it scatters.
Oh!
Well off. Boom, to there.
Is that 8, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know where it was. I don't know why I thought it was going to hit that for 8. There's not a chance, was there?
Finally, Senor Princeps is going to full stride. Push it. So from the Marine to the Marine. Might be turn for a charger in. He needs it. He needs to do something. Now it's the end phase, so we're going to roll a 5 up for all of our Titans and see if anything gets hotter. So my Warlord doesn't. This Reaver's dead. My Volcano Reaver does. He stays in the yellow though. My Senor Princeps Warhound doesn't. My Lucius Plasma doesn't. My Warhound Dual Turbo doesn't. And over to Phil for some big ones, please.
So we'll start off with this Warbringer straight over here.
So that's the yellow, crucially the yellow Warbringer.
No. Then we'll
Princeps
go
one?
into the Princess one, which is the orange one. No. We'll go into this Reaver here.
Blind Barrage.
With the Blind Barrage, the one that's got no shields.
He does.
And he goes into orange.
Yes.
No. This one here, which is...
So that's Melter Laser Blaster?
Yeah, this top one here, so he doesn't. And then Gatling and Melter Cannon. Oh, he doesn't either.
So that is turn 2. We're going to check how many turns it is.
Shields are down on this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Needs to take its strength 8 hit to the body then as well, so on a
5
5 up.
Yeah.
It does.
Go on, roll your strength 8.
For 12.
12 is just about a direct hit. So it's 1. Okay, so Phil has been forgetting his Maniple rules. So we're going to let him cheat. And
Oh, how
well, we're going to
bad!
let you do it out of order. So
Yeah.
you do that. And we've had 2 pints, so we might have forgotten something.
So, with Ruptura, as soon as I cause an engine kill, I think do it more a bit like engine kill.
Engine kill.
There you go, that's better. With a Warbringer, which I did, I get to then make a free move with my Reavers. Every Reaver. So
he was in short range here, so it didn't actually matter.
didn't really matter. Or I could have moved with this one so I wasn't blocking with my line of sight, so I've like just messed up my own thing there. This guy...
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, this guy, it didn't really matter with again, so it doesn't really matter.
So are you pushing any reactors?
No, I don't think I am.
You sure not this guy that's in the orange?
No. So, this guy's going to turn. Then he's going to go 6.
So Phil is attempting to screen his senior precepts.
Yeah, that's the whole idea behind this one. This lad... This lead. Oh, he's just going to move straight forward. 6. And then he's going to turn at the end.
Okay. So, that is the end of the end phase. We will roll for priority for turn 3 and then argue over how many turns it is. So Phil gets a 6 on priority. Phil gets a 6. Oh no, I get a 2, so I'm going second. So I'm going to split my Warhounds into 3 separate Warhounds with the Lupercal rules. So Phil has done emergency repairs on both his Warbringer Senor Princeps and his Reaver which is in the orange. Basically, he wants to get them out of the orange.
So we'll do the Warbringer first.
6, 6, and 5, all of which can vent.
So we will. Wrong way. 1, 2, 3.
So all out of the plasma to get him out of the orange on Senior Princeps.
And then we'll do the Reaver.
Yep, who is on the second to last track. So you 3 dice and +1s to the dice. No vents.
Oh no!
Yes. It might be a Krytos engine kill this turn. So I have gone on charge orders, surprisingly, for my Warlord. And I've gone first fire orders for my Reaver. As I said before, the Lupercals have all split because I'm hoping to out-activate Phil in the movement phase so he can't move away from my charging Warlord. And he's got no first fire, so he can't actually stop me from doing that.
No, I was hoping to get first fire on here, and then on here I know it's a bit ambitious to try and get them all off, but that's what I really wanted to try and do.
Okay, so how many shield tracks does both of these Reavers have?
Fresh as a daisy.
Okay, so I'm going to place both of my Titan Hunter Infantry in this one. And onto the movement phase.
Yes. Yes.
Phil, you have to go first. You are forced to go first.
I am. That is correct.
Phil's are turning. So that's 2. Let's go 90, which is all of Phil's turns. Are you staying there?
Yeah.
The lack of first fire orders has really not put a stick up my arse to do anything fast. My Reaver is going to fire its volcano cannon at your Reaver with no shields. I'll place it like over this shoulder pad. Yeah. So I push my reactor.
Yes!
I found the dice.
Let's try.
So I push my reactor for 1, and I hit on a 4. I do. So I do 2 hits with my Bellicosa to Phil's Reaver. Push my reactor. Oh no, he's really bad. I didn't realise he was that far but gone. So he's now in the orange. That's not good times. So I do 2 hits to Phil. The leg for 2 13s.
1, 2. So 2 devastating hits.
Okay.
We're happy with that. If you hit the body, you would have done some serious damage.
But I didn't.
But you didn't. Oh, we want to turn first.
And he's done it without his thing. But how do you know that's 45?
I don't. I'm just taking a wild stab in the dark.
Okay, so over here.
And with him, we're not going to do anything else.
Okay. So I'm going to activate my dual turbo laser Warhound. I'm going to activate and I'm going to push for speed on first on Senior Precepts. Senior Princeps, not Precepts. So Senior Princeps, he pushes his reactor for 1 and moves into the yellow. He turns. So he turns once. He's going to move 9 to here. And with his 2 more turns, he's going to turn 45 degrees to the side of this Reaver. And it's Phil's activation. So Phil, with his melter laser blaster, realises that he's got to go to a different way. So I'm sort of
I moved
threading the sandwich at the moment.
I moved that in the wrong place. I went too far wide.
Like, I don't think you should have moved that first.
Yeah, I moved that too far wide, so now I'm going to have to bring... Instead of covering the warlord there, I'm going to have to bring this over now to cover it.
You are. So my Plasma Vulcan Megabolter Lucius is going to push for speed. Gets nothing. He turns once, moves 9...
and takes the train with him.
And takes the train. Is that magnetised or something?
I don't know, he just took it with him.
12 in his front arc, and turns twice to be in the side of the Reaver again.
Yeah. So we're going to shuffle back with this one here, 2.5 inches.
Feel terrified here of the Warlord.
It's just, with Fortis, it's just soaked up so much firepower. And even though it's on like no shields, because I didn't get any first
And a
fire...
bad reactor.
And a bad reactor. Because I've got no first fire orders that I could literally try and bring
Couldn't
it
chance
down.
it this turn, could you?
No. So, I'm just going to have to run scared a little bit, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. So that was your last activation, wasn't it?
No.
You've got one more.
Oh, yeah, I can technically move that if I want.
I've got one. Actually, I've got one more. Or 2 more. Before. Where do I go with the dual turbo? He's going to push his reactor, like everyone else in the world, and go one reactor to a yellow. He turns 45. He goes 9 and 3. Gets out of Phil's arc and into the side arc of that. But he does leave himself open to
Doing
this.
that one, yeah.
Yes, but I'm quite happy to do that.
So I was planning on moving this one, but then because I did emergency repairs, you can't fire.
Yes.
So I'm going to keep it where it is. This one obviously has moved, so it can't fire this turn.
Okay, so the bit that I've been waiting for all game has come up.
Mm-hmm.
I activate the Warlord, and he can move 2d6 with his Warp Shunt. So my Warlord, in any phase, can move in a straight line 2d6. Now, he's going to do that before his charge orders.
So it's movement as well.
Hmm?
You haven't moved him yet either.
No, but I want to do the charge order move second. So if I come in contact with you by charging, he can then do his charge attack.
Right, okay.
So he moves 9.
That is.
They get 9 inches forwards and end up about 1.5 inches away from Phil's Reaver.
Yep.
And then complete my charge move into Phil's Reaver.
Yep.
And we make a collision between ourselves.
Why are you saying it very seductively? We make a collision between ourselves.
So I've moved into contact with Phil's Reaver. That means I get to attack with a melee weapon, which will be my Titan Power Claw. So my Power Claw attacks. Huzzah! So it's +2 to hit. So I hit on 2s with 3 dice. So I'm going to aim... What is your most damaged part, Phil?
Legs.
Legs. I'm going to aim for your legs. I'm going to sweep the legs.
Okay, sweep the legs. Sweep the legs.
So 2 up to hit. So 2
Standard.
hits. So I'm strength 12. Anything but a 1 will do significant damage.
Double ones.
So 16.
So that is critical.
So I destroy you. So I was 2 away from the end of Phil's thing. So the first one pushes it to the end. The second one goes through.
Yeah.
Oh no, with actually 16 plus.
Plus what?
Oh, critical anyway.
So yeah, so I've still got 1 left on my thing.
So you go 1 and through, and 2 critical damage.
Ah, right, okay.
So Phil is immobilized, and he's on the final thing, basically.
Yeah.
So, that is the end of the movement phase. We're now into the repairs phase. Have you got anyone in orange?
Yeah, that Reaver you've just charged into.
So, roll a d6, because you're in the orange, and see what happens.
3.
3. Power failure. You've got no. Have you got any void shields?
No.
No. So it's then a plasma leak. Take D3 strength 9 hits to the body by passing void.
D3, so 1.
That's not bad.
Strength 9, did you say? 14.
And what track are you on?
So it's critical.
So it goes to the end, and he gets
a critical
reactor
damage.
leak 1. My warlord, however, is in the orange. 6, this bad. D3 strength 9 hits to the body. So the D3, 1.
Oh, that's not too bad.
14 is a devastating, so he goes to the +1 track of the armour. Not bad for both of us.
No, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. So, we will then repair our stuff. We get to repair stuff, don't we? You went first, so let's go around to your side.
So, we will go with
Non-Princeps
Non-Princeps Warbringer. Oh, not bad. So he
Very good.
reunites his shields.
With the 6.
With the 6, and then the 2 5s, I'm going to bring his shields down again because he's in... Oh, no, I'm going to put one of his shields on and then one on his track there.
Okay, so you are now 2... You were 1 away from the orange. You've got 1 clear or yellow between the orange. Then you've got 2 shields.
My Signoris. 6, so he's just going to make sure he's inflating the green there.
Yeah.
Neither of them have been injured.
So the Reavers...
Reaver here.
The Reaver that's in combat with my warlord.
Yeah. So it's 3 dice this
Are
one.
you going to bother rolling these? Or take them off?
Hey!
So he gets to repair 2 critical damage if he wants, which is the key.
So I'll do 1, 2 there.
Yeah.
I'm not really that fussed about the rest of it.
The Reaver with Melter Cannon Gatling.
This one here, this bad
Which
boy.
is, yeah, on this side.
He gets nothing, doesn't get to vent any heat or anything because it's on 5s due to this mission. And then this guy here, the last
So that's
one.
the Reaver in the middle with Turbo Laser on the top. Melter.
No,
Nothing.
Your Power Fist, it's concussive.
Oh yes, so the concussive. So we forgot the concussive on the smash attacks against Phil's Reaver. So on a 1 or 2 it tilts him in place to the left, 5, 6 to the right, and 3, 4 it knocks him back D3 inches. 2, it tilts him in place, so he's still in base contact with me. To the left. Okay, so back to the stuff that matters. Senor Princeps Warlord. Come on. Nothing. He gets absolutely nothing. My Reaver, that also is in orange, so see what happens to his reactor. 1 strength 9 hit to the body. So at 12, it's just 1. That's very good. Well done, sir. He then with his Servitoclades gets nothing. Well done for coming. My Princeps Warhound gets nothing. I
love the little inflection you do, gets nothing. It's like you're some sort of bingo column or something.
That's
like,
it.
he gets nothing.
2 and the 4, 24. So my Lucius Warhound with Vulcan Mega Bolters. 6, so he reignites his voids, and he's very happy about that. And my Lucius Warhound with Dual Turbo. 5. So he can't reignite his voids, but he can take his reactor back to perfectly squeaky clean and give himself his turbo laser back.
He gets something.
He gets something. Everybody gets one. So that is the damage control phase.
Yes.
On to the combat phase, in which Phil, you go first.
So I'm gonna shoot at the no. Let's leave the stupidness there for a bit. Let's go over here instead because it's easier to do.
Okay.
So this guy here is going to shoot at this
Senor
guy,
Princeps.
Senor Princeps, and he's going to fire his top hat first. So he's within 16.
He's not got -1 to hit.
What we'll do, we'll fire the melter cannon first. So it is 16, isn't it?
Yeah. I so hope this scatters onto your Titan. So he's in the middle of my Titan.
Yeah, easy.
Outside of melter range. He hits on 3s.
Hits.
So he gets 2 hits on Senor Princeps.
Oh, why?
The weapon! Yes!
Why?
So roll you 2 damage result. Oh, where is it? 1, 2, it's the 1, 2, 3. It's the Vulcan Megabolter.
Oh, you pleb.
It's the Vulcan Megabolter. So 14 and 16. So the 14 disables it. The 16 does a detonation strength 9 to the body at plus nothing. So 12. So it does a devastating and takes me to +1.
Right, okay. Not really what I wanted, but what we'll do...
Senor Princess is going down at the moment.
We will then use the top hat.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and... Ooh. I'm not going to do a cold shot because we've already got damage on the legs and the body. So I'm going to do the top hat and then see where I hit and then do a cold shot after that. So first 2.
3's to hit. 2 hits. And where does it hit?
Oh.
Head. So the only place that doesn't have damage. So the head for nothing and 13 is direct, so just does 1. And then your laser blaster 3 shots.
Yeah, I have to be at the legs. I have to be at the legs
Right.
to try and do something to him.
So 5s on 3 dice. You don't need. So Phil doesn't need to roll that.
But
He does.
I'm quite happy with that anyway. The look of the body. What was that? Say that for the audience, please.
So roll your damage on the legs, Phil, at +2. 3 ones.
Oh!
Yes! Senor Princess. So that is a 12 plus the 2. 14 is devastating, so it takes me to the end and 1 on to critical. Nice one, Sir Princeps. So you can now be left till the end. So do I want to go with the Vulcan Megabolter Plasma, or do I want to go with the Turbo Laser? So I'm going to do the dual Turbo Laser first.
Okay.
So I think the strength 10 on the Plasma is going to do a lot more work for me. I love you, strength 10 Plasma.
Such a stupid thing that he's 2 shots. It's so stupid.
Oh yeah. The draining for the shield, because you're at full shields, aren't you?
Yes, on both of them I am.
So the draining for the shield breaker, 1. I go into yellow. And both miss. The second one isn't going to push it. 1 hit. Billy's celebrating a lot here. So 2 shield on your Reaver, sir.
I'm gonna
push. So push first.
Into the tray. 2.
Final before the orange. Yeah. Still yellow.
Good that I pushed. Just get to re-roll the 1. Activating this Reaver here.
Yep.
Into the side of this one here.
Turbo Laser Warhound.
Yeah. So did any damage on this one at all? No. We're just gonna
hit on 3s with the Gatling. I don't know why you're rolling 5 dice because it's a 6-shot weapon. 5. So he's got no shields. So see what it does to him and where.
Body.
But really bad. You get to re-roll these because of ordnance.
Yeah.
You don't get to re-roll the re-roll though. So Gatling, what strength is it? Strength 6.
Strength 6.
So body, you need a 10. So you got a single 10.
Okay.
Cheers for turning up, sir.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
So he has his melter or his top hat. What are you doing?
Do the melter.
So we just realised that 2 of the 3s would have been 4s because he's in the side of my Warhound.
And that would have been, the 4 would have been an 11, but I think it's still the same.
It's still the same.
Yeah.
So you're at the end of the +1 track and 2 away from the end of my armour.
And that's in the body?
That's in the body. So then...
Top hat cold shot.
So 5s.
Oh no, what we'll do the melter first actually.
Okay.
Hits. Leg.
So for 2.
Nowhere near within 12.
No.
So 16 and 15.
So
17 and 16.
So both criticals. So he's stumbling all everywhere. But he's not going to stop him hosing down. Well, actually, he's already fired. But he's not going to stop him next turn hosing down.
What we'll do then, we'll go for top hat, card shot on the legs.
Yeah.
So 5s.
Cold shot on the legs. 2 misses.
2 misses, swings and miss.
So I'm going to next do Titan Hunter Infantry into the rear of the Titan. He gets +1 to hit and it's short because it's short range, so it's 4s. Oof. So 4 shield saves for Phil. Because of the weather effects, you get 4.
Oh wow.
Oh, he's been pulling it on me all game and it finally bites him. Literally in the arse. So you push him. Is that all? Is that full shields?
Yeah.
Oh, so Phil didn't want to say how much he got. He was on 3 pluses. So it's over to you, Phil.
Activate this Warbringer here.
So that's the non-Senior Princeps Warbringer.
Non-senior Princess Warbringer.
I just described Phil's models to you.
Thank you. He's going to take a shot at your dude
And
over
my
there.
Reaver on first fire orders. The only Reaver left.
What we'll do first is the Mori Quake Cannon.
Yep.
Out at 24 inches, so don't get the -1. So hitting on 3s.
Hits twice.
Yep.
Why are you rolling?
Hits twice, so that's the damage I've just not started on
But
the...
he's on my shields.
I didn't think it had shields still. Oh, sorry, I thought that was empty. Sorry, my fault. Thought he was there, so...
So his shields go down. So now you do your volcano cannon. His shields are down anyway.
Volcano Cannon.
Yep. And push your reactor.
I should have done that beforehand.
Oh, he doesn't go crazy. What an idiot. So he hits. He gets 2 hits on my Reaver. In the weapon. So in the weapon, it's a 14 and a 16.
Yep.
So randomise which weapon. The right weapon, volcano cannon. Okay. So the 16 is a detonation strength 9 to the body. I've not got any pluses to the body at the moment, so.
No! No!
So then your final volcano cannon, Phil.
Why is the world so cruel?
I'm coughing because I'm dying with laughter. So he takes 1 more heat and goes into orange. He goes well into orange. So it misses. How far does it go? Because it will go far.
No, it won't. It'll go around the corner and that's it. Where's the scout?
There's the nice Phil. See that one right in front of you? Oh no. So 2 inches from the centre of my base.
It's still gonna hit.
No, it won't. Here is the 2 inches, and it moves, and the centre is off my base.
Yeah, so it still hits with 1.
Yes. Yeah. Don't worry, I wasn't ever going to dispute that, Phil. 4 in the body, so 15 to the body. 15 is a critical. Boo. Boo. So he has reactor leak 1 and he's already on orange. The Titans are running hot this game. Well, it's these weather effects.
I know,
Oh.
but the open war cards are so good for changing the way the game plays. It's really, really good.
Yeah, but I just wish I'd have known that list building. It would have been Gatling, Apocalypse, Gatling, Gatling, Apocalypse, Gatling. So, I have now got my second Titan Hunter Infantry.
What's your short range?
Short range is 6, so it will definitely be within 6. Phil measuring from 2 inches behind the base here. So they hit on 4s. They all hit, so 5 shield saves for Phil. You gonna push?
Nah, not a chance. He's in orange. He's in yellow, as well. Yeah. So.
And he goes down.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Excellent. Yet again, the Titan Hunter Infantry proves its worth.
So I've got this and this.
So that's the Reaver and Senior Princeps.
Yeah. So the Reaver can't actually do anything. He can't shoot or anything because it moved.
Because he was emergency repairs, yeah.
So he can shoot. And I think I'm just going to try and shoot at your Warlord.
Okay. So Phil can't actually place the template where it would hit his own model. Phil is obscured by his own model, so hit on a... What do you hit on?
5.
A 5 now.
But I also get a -1 because I'm within 24 inches because I'm going to use the Quake Cannon first.
Okay. Because he thinks he's going to knock me out of combat, is what he thinks.
No. It misses.
And it scatters. Let's do this next to... Oh. Scatters 3 inches off.
Backwards. It misses. The Bellicoses.
Yep.
So, minus...
It'll be -2.
It's -2,
Yeah.
but they don't get -1 for short range.
Yeah.
So, first one.
On 5s.
No. So
And push first.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
So it goes up by 1.
Whoop.
And see how far...
Sure.
So you'd be like there. You will still hit me. I think you still hit me twice.
Yeah. 2.
To where? Not that one. In the tray. Oh, double 6 to the head. So, what strength is your Bellicoser? Is it a...
It's not. It's the same as the Reaver one.
So strength 10, is it?
Strength 10 or 11.
So it's a strength 10, so it's 16 to the head.
But
Twice.
Yeah.
So, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's 2 devastatings. Well, that could have been worse.
The second Bellicosa.
Yeah, push first.
Thank you. There we go.
Oh, so unfair. You can't even let me just destroy this one Titan.
So I missed there on a 4 because I'm hitting on 5s. So then we're going to...
Scatter an inch.
An
Phil.
inch.
An inch. So he gets 2 hits on me. Do you get any on yourself?
Well, I'd have to put it on... So would I hit myself there? With the smallest
No,
one?
I don't believe so.
I don't think I would with an inch.
So I don't think we even put that in the right place from where you were aiming.
So 2 dice and let's see where it goes.
A 1 and a 6 to the leg. So a 6 to the leg is a devastating.
Oh my god, why can't I just
So not even in the +1 yet.
Why can't I just down this Titan?
He is Senior Princeps, the combat warlord.
He is
Senior Princeps, the combat warlord.
He's hanging on there, isn't he? Definitely.
He is, and he's going to do his punch now. That you're out of activations, aren't you?
Yeah.
So my remaining is actually 1, 2.
No,
I've done that one.
You've done that one. 3.
Yeah, because I had 2 Titan Hunter Infantry, which are really good for doing that exact thing.
Yeah, delaying the activations.
Yeah. So, here, have you got shield still up? No.
No, I haven't.
Right, I will start on with my plasma gun on maximal fire. Roll to hit twice, and I hit twice. I am strength 10, so just to wherever.
Have you... Ooh, it's a blast, your plasma gun, so you've done 4.
Ooh, I have. So, I've done a 12, a 12, a 14, a 14.
Okay.
To a random weapon. The weapon being the
Top hat.
So, the first 12 destroys, the second 12 is strength 10 to the body, the 14's a strength 9 to the body.
Okay.
Do you want to put that face up on his? So, the strength 7 to the body, 9.
Nothing.
The 9's to the body, nothing, and 14.
So it's devastating, so that's 2.
So on the other Titan, have you got shields here?
Yes, full.
So I'm going to shoot my Vulcan first. Oh, he's 2 to hit, so I'm
well,
within range.
are you within 6? I think you will be.
Yeah, well within.
Yeah.
So that's 7 hits, so he's 8 with the weather effects.
I can't push really, so I'm just going to have to
Roll and hope. You
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm still on 4+ there.
And then 2 plasma cannons. Not maximal firing. 1 hit, so that's 2 shield saves. 3 shield saves because of the weather effect.
I'll do it for you, don't worry.
And it goes down.
Shields go down.
Right, and then the moment I've been waiting for a long, long time. So, my Warlord, in his combat, he's going to hit with his first Power Claw. He's 3 dice.
Okay.
So he hits on 2s, and I'm going to go for your... What have you got that's damaged?
I've got legs is the worst, as he's gone into the end of the track and he's in his critical. But
I'll do it there then.
Yeah.
So I hit on 2s to the legs, a double 1. Strength 12, a 4, so 16 to the legs.
So it's a critical, and he go...
That's your body.
Oh.
So it's a critical and a push from the end of the track. And then my concussive knocks him to the right on the spot, which will stay in place with me. Back into the original position. The second Power Claw hits 3 times.
Where are you going? Same.
So it's got to be the same. Yeah, it's got to
sure.
be the same.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's 18, 16, 14. And we will see what happens to him. So catastrophic damage D10. A 1. Silenced. He counts as being destroyed and will play no further part in the battle. But
It falls.
yeah, he can be targeted and he falls if he's targeted or if moved through. So that's actually the best result for me. There's no damage happening to me.
No.
And he stays stood up giving me cover for the next turn. And I actually still have my, and you still have your Traitor benefit of 2 additional move. So in the end phase, we each roll a 5+ to go up a reactor track. I'll start with mine, just come over here. Warlord doesn't, my Reaver doesn't, Warhound, Warhound, Warhound doesn't.
Now, in
And
the
my-
end phase, it's now the lightning bolt because we don't have
Anyone with
shields.
shields down.
Yeah.
So, we were doing this wrong before, but we'll do it right now. So, on a 5+, my Warlord takes a strength 8 on 9 to the body.
I think it's strength 8.
So, no, he doesn't. The Reaver with shields down. No. Warhound. Nope. Shields up on a Warhound?
Oh my god.
How has that managed to happen? And no.
Okay. So I'll do non-Princeps Warbringer. No.
So this is the Heats.
Yep, this is the heat.
The Princeps Warbringer.
Princeps Warbringer. Yes, he goes up 1.
Into orange.
No, he goes into yellow.
Oh, he does, yeah. He's the silver one, so I got all excited then.
This is dead, so it
Yep.
doesn't need to do anything there. This one here, heat. No. This Reaver here, this Reaver here.
So that's the closest Reaver.
With the top
with
hat
this-
that's,
yeah.
that's destroyed.
This one. And then there's lightning strikes on shields down.
So this Reaver here with the melter cannon and the...
In the centre of the battlefield.
Nope. And this one here with the destroyed top hat.
Yeah.
Nope.
Shame. So that is the end phase of turn 3. We've got 1 more turn left, and we will join you in turn 4 for actually what is up to now a draw.
Yeah.
Into turn 4.
Yeah.
And Phil's got something to do in the strategy phase because he's asking about when's the strategy phase. And you've only done blind barrage up to now, so he's got 3 stratagem points left.
Yes.
Unless he's been sneaky and done tertiary objectives.
No.
To just pip it.
I'm not clever enough.
So roll for strategy.
Roll for priority.
That's the one. D6.
Yeah, it's a D6.
I get a 4. Yes! Phil gets priority.
Okay, so do I do my orders and then the strategy, or the strategy then my orders?
So we do... if it doesn't say specific time, you can do it whenever you want.
Right, okay, so I'll do my orders first. So I'm going to play my strategy, but I'll come...
No, go on.
So it's not this one. It's the one I don't have a card for. Tracer Cloud.
So re-roll all misses somewhere. Okay.
So it's on them.
Okay, yeah, so we just know. Should we just leave...
Do you want me to put a card
Have you
underneath
used
it?
the card already? Blind Barrage, maybe?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So yeah, let's just put that... So this stratagem will just donate that they are tracer clouded. Is that your Legio stratagem?
No, it's a
Oh, so
generic.
anyone can use that?
Yeah, it's a generic one.
Okay, so in the orders, Phil, do you want to do yours first?
Yeah, first fire, we're going to go with this guy here.
Yep. Oh, you're not going to go with it, you did it.
Oh yeah, sorry. Got first fire here, first fire on this chap here, first fire here
On Senior Princeps.
on Senior Princeps, and I didn't get anything on this one, it failed on a 3, so...
Yeah. So for mine, I got first fire on my Reaver. And he might be getting a big name at the end of this game because he didn't die. I failed my charge order on my Warlord, which is big.
Massive.
Big. But Phil isn't moving anywhere this turn, so I don't have to out-activate him or anything. I'm just going to move next to him and smash him in the face.
Nice, you're such a pleasant individual.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
So I first fired these Warhounds, and this Warhound actually hasn't done anything because I didn't want to. So Senior Princeps is moving around. So
Awesome.
over to you first, Phil.
Right. First fire.
Am I...
Are they staying there?
These... Who has got more damage on out of these two Reavers?
This one.
This one has more damage on.
Yeah, this one has more damage. It has more damage to the body, but only just. It's not even got a +1 to it at the moment.
I'm going to put these both in the rear arc here.
Okay.
Because I think I've got more... Even if one of them dies to this Reaver, this is my thinking, the other one can at least pepper the Reaver and have a chance of doing something critical.
Yeah.
My Reavers also can shoot his top hat in. He shouldn't have gone on first fire, he should have moved. I already know that. As soon as I rolled the dice,
You already knew that.
I knew. And yeah, that's all she wrote. So into your move, Phil.
First fire over here.
Okay, so which one are you firing into?
So I'm going to fire into this one here.
Okay, so that's the Turbo Laser Lucius, who's got no shields at the moment.
3, 4, 5, 6. Where's he damaged at the moment?
So he's damaged in the body and the legs, both to the +1.
Oof. Oh, you've got a crit though, haven't you, on the...
Yeah, I have a crit to the legs. Sorry, I didn't even register that one.
I'll go...
Because I wanted to lie to you.
I'm going to call... no, I'll do the melter cannon first.
So hits on a 3. Oh, 2 shots to the Lucius. Oop.
Oh.
So to the where?
Oh my god, what's wrong with me?
Do we need to start that now? So it's an 11.
It's a 16.
So it's a critical. So it pushes to the end of my armour track and goes to stabilises damage locomotives seized 1 away or 2 away from being destroyed.
Right.
So Phil's going to call his shots now
1, 2,
and get
3,
6 ones for the
5,
Gatling cannon.
6.
So Gatling cannon to the legs.
Yep. Calling the shots there.
Reroll your misses.
Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 4 hits. Strength 6 with +3. So 9 plus Double 1. Ooh. So the
5.
9, 14 is devastating and pushes me 1.
And then you've got
9, 11.
plus the 1 for this hitting you in the
does
side,
him.
by the way.
It does him.
Ah, right, okay.
So roll a d10 and see what happens. Hopefully he guns down your Reaver. 4. Laid low, d6 in a random direction and then falls. It can cause collisions. So should we roll it next to him?
Yeah, there we go.
2 into my Warhound, causing a collision at his scale. So his d6 straight hits at scale, so 6. So roll d6 to see how many. 3. So 3 and randomise location. So a 10 and an 11 to the body. So 10 is 1 and 11 is 1.
Do you get plus 1 for hitting you in the side?
Yes, and it goes a further 1 because I don't think there's there's no more damage really coming from there.
No. And then he falls.
So we can give Phil the benefit of the dark side. I will let you win.
That is rich.
So then you fall, yeah. So back the way you came, friend.
There you go.
So he's over here and he falls. I really need to make some fallen titan markers.
Yeah.
That Reaver's first firing, isn't it?
That one is as well, yeah.
Right. I'm going to go with this Warhound.
Okay.
He's got very safe in the reactor actually at the moment, and he's not taking a hit next turn because it's only 4 turns. So he's going to push his reactor for speed. Oh, he might go crazy. So see if I go crazy. He does!
Uh-oh.
So he doesn't do his move. He goes up the 1 heat. So he
What
goes
does he
up
do?
1 heat. D6 to see what he does. 4. Belligerent. I move D6 towards the nearest enemy titan. Stopping if an enemy enters its front arc. If there's an enemy within 1 inch of its front arc, I make a smash attack.
Oh.
So I move D6 towards the nearest enemy and
6.
stop within 1. And I make a smash attack against your side.
Yeah.
So the smash is D6 at my scale, 1, strength 6. So strength 6 to the 10 to the weapon.
Yeah,
So
you could
randomise which weapon. The left.
Gatling.
Gatling blaster's gone.
Ooh.
So not what I wanted at all. So over to you, Phil.
First fire order with this dude now.
I am shocked.
He's gonna go
I am
against
shocked.
the Princeps here.
Yeah.
I'm within 16, so I'm not going to get the
You're out of melter range, but you're within 16.
Yeah. What's he got damage on at the moment?
The legs, he's very damaged in the legs.
So I'm going to call shots for legs. Because I've already downed a Titan, I get +1 to hit now. So I'm only hitting on 4s instead of 5s for the calling it on the legs. So we'll go with the laser blaster first. 1 hit to the legs.
And see what that hit to the legs does. 12 plus the 3
plus
15. Pushes him past, and he's now in the last track.
So I'm in the side as well. Did you add the extra 1 on for the side?
You did a crit.
Okay, that's fine. So then again with the top, gonna again call shots. So hitting on 4s in the legs. 1 hit.
And it destroys that Titan. So roll a d6 and see what he does. Or d10, sorry. Roll a d10 and see what he does.
There we go. 5.
So it's wildfire. I turns face in a random direction and I shoot at the nearest enemy.
Right.
Or I shoot at the nearest target. So I shoot directly at you.
So you go across.
So I go to there and shoot at the nearest target, which remains
You still need to turn it, don't you?
It's a BS 4 plus. Oh no, BS 5 for the attacks. So 1 hit.
1 scatters.
You maximal fires?
I don't know if you can do that. I don't know.
I don't know. I imagine you can't choose to do something when you die. So, he hits, see where, and the 2 dice. So, 2 12s to the body.
So it'll be 13, because you're on the side. So 13 is devastating. So you go up 2, and he's on the last track now of his body. He's before he gets into the critical.
Not actually taking anything.
Not actually, but you need to scatter the other one. Because it could still clip him.
It could, actually. Yeah, well done. So he goes 1 inch and still hits him.
Still hits him.
So that's with the same weapon, so he goes to the same place. Because you do weapons all at the same time.
It's 2 shots. I think you still do it, at the same time. I think you still do it.
Yeah. Weapons all go in the same place.
Yeah.
So it's a 10 and a 13. So the 11 and 13 happening simultaneously with the previous damage puts Phil 1 away from being destroyed.
Yeah.
Which is galling. So, that's Phil's activation. My Titan falls. Does it?
I don't know.
Then falls. Yes.
I hope it falls the other way now.
So it falls into you.
It doesn't go any inches. It just goes.
Yeah, it hits you and does.
Yeah.
So it hits Phil and does a random place into his Titan.
Of scale.
Of strength scale.
+1 because you're on my side.
So the amount of hits, 1, it could do it. It could do it. He's dying inside. Body. Oh. Yes. No. No.
You could roll 9 dice now for all I care for that.
Yeah, so that's 1 to the head. It's 12. And he's got no damage there. So good. And this Titan is removed. So, my first fire here, off my Warhound. You've got no shields, have you?
No, I have not.
So I'm going to maximal fire my plasma cannon. Plasma cannon. So, I hit you on 3s. I hit you on 3s. 2 hits, so that's 4 hits with the plasma cannon. So I just have to randomise because it's a blast. So I get 14 for... So to the body, have you taken any damage?
No.
No.
So you've got...
So I got a 12 to resolve first.
Yep.
2 14s. A 16.
Which is then you go across 2 and then 1 more because it's a critical.
And that's it for after the 16.
Yep.
So Philly's 2 pips away from being destroyed.
Yeah.
Big stuff. It is. Because those Titan Hunter him. Oh! And I was in the side. So does that pop it up any? So 13, 15, 15, 16. So 13, 15, 15, 17.
So you got 13, which is 2. What else did you get then?
15, 15.
So 15 is critical, but I can still go up on my track. There.
So basic. So right. So having thought about it, I'm in the side, which mattered.
He's dead.
It means that Philly's in the last track. Or did it kill you?
So let me do this again. So
yeah. So this is right. So we'll start again. 13. So Phil had no damage.
No. So
he's got 13.
There.
15.
Right. So that goes
critical. Basically, there's 3 criticals now in there. 3, and then you go 6 along.
1, 2, 3, 4. So he's dead. So he's
dead. That roll.
Yeah. So it would be now a D6. Is it a D10 for? No, it's D10.
D10. Do you want to roll it?
I can do.
Well, you could destroy my Warhound here, so...
8.
Magazine detonation. Roll a D3 and add the Titan's scale. Enemy models within that many inches suffer D3 using the highest strength from the Titan's weapons. So 1 inch.
So it's 10.
Because you add your scale.
So
you just hit my Warhound.
With a strength 11 hit.
So strength 11 plus 16 to my, and where is it going? The head. So a 16 to the head is a critical, but that's my first damage. So Phil's Titan is removed, and
you've done your job.
Up until that point in the entire game, I thought really I'd lost it, and it might not be. Right, so Phil's activation over here.
I'm gonna go for the Warhound.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's got the Tracer Cloud on it. So I've got a -2 here to hit. But I don't think I can do enough damage to it.
Yeah.
But I've got a -2 to hit here, but I can re-roll my misses.
Okay.
So it makes more sense. In my head.
So you get the -2 to hit. Which are you going with first?
And I also get +1 to hit because I've downed a Titan in this turn as well.
So you hit.
Should we just check if that's stacked? It doesn't. It doesn't stack.
It doesn't stack.
Yeah, we'll do the Quake first. Then.
Well, you only get that because it's a first fire.
No, we're not going to do the Quake. Because you're within 24 inches, so I don't want to do the Quake. I want to do the Bellicosa, so I'm hitting on fours definitely. So it goes up by 1. Which
it's still yellow.
Still yellow. So then roll to hit on the 4. Hits. So that's
there's 2 hits to my shields.
Still got shields on that.
Phil
one?
keeps forgetting that.
I thought you had no shields left on it.
No.
So, alright, okay.
Well, you still had to do something, didn't
right.
you?
It's 3.
Do you want to do that against the...
No, because I hit, and it's 3 dice, remember. For Void Break.
So, onto my shields of this Warhound.
That's fine.
It's all passed.
No,
I'm actually going to move my Warlord first, and he's going to smash through that Reaver. So, the Reaver will immediately fall as it's been touched by an enemy Titan collided with.
I haven't got the scatter dice.
So the scatter dice, it just falls off to the side uselessly. And then I'm going to move forward and slightly to the side. 6 inches, and I'm going to use my Traitor bonus to get +1 to my melee attacks this turn.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to go there and collide with Senor Princeps.
So you have to push if he's going 6, isn't it 4 that move?
I will move 4 inches and then an additional 2 using my Traitor Legio's bonus.
Okay.
To go here.
That's fine.
Yes, Billy's completely correct. I don't want to push my reactor anymore because I could go into the red.
I haven't got any more first fire to do.
Okay, so my final will be my Reaver. How many shields has Senor Princeps got?
Full.
My Reaver's not going to do that. He's going to do nothing. And your other one's got full?
No, it's on 4. But it's
4
got
shields
2
left.
It's got 2 pips left, but it's on 4 pluses.
Right, I'm going to fire 3 laser blaster shots at Phil's Warbringer in the corner. And this is more out of spite than anything. So I'm going to hit on 5s, I think. We'll look at the...
So you're -1 for long range.
So I'll be on 4s for the -1 for long range. So 1 hit. So 2 shield saves, sir.
1 save.
And as we say, it's more out of spite than anything. On to damage control phase, in which have you got any Titans in the orange?
I've only got this one here.
In the orange?
In the orange.
So roll a d6. A 2 means that you have reactor housing damage, strength 9 hit to the body, bypassing voids.
15, so it's critical. So, body. So it goes up 2, and then I need another thing because I've got a critical from that.
And my Warlord and my Reaver are both in orange. So my Reaver, 5, that's bad. Power failure, Void Shield collapse. If he's already Void Shield collapse, D3 strength 9s to the body. So D3, 1, 15, critical. Reactor leak 1 and Void Shield burnout. So Phil could actually get him with that Warbringer.
Could do.
If he's lucky. My Warlord, 1 strength 9 to the body. That does a 12. And it's +1, 13, but it only goes up 1.
Okay.
Stratagem.
Yeah, I should have played this when you killed my Titan.
Right, so Phil should have used his card when my Warhound was destroyed here.
No, when my Reaver was destroyed.
Okay.
So it's
then that's when you should have done
I should have done it when my Reaver here was destroyed.
To hit rolls of a 1 will now be re-rolled.
For the entire Legio.
Yeah, but he's already re-rolling all to hit rolls there.
Yeah.
Good luck. I'm going to smash you before you smash me, is my thoughts.
Right.
So, yeah, on to our repairs. Let me do mine first, because I'm over here already.
Okay.
So, my Warlord, a 6, a 5, and a 4. So, the 6 and the 5 will just take me to Reactor Yellow. My Reaver, a 6, so the shields have Void Shield burnout, so it needs to be repaired. So I'm actually going to be repairing 1 critical damage. And my Warhound, a 6. So do I repair the head, or do I get a shield back? He's still firing at full effect, is he?
No, 2 of his weapons are gone.
What weapon's left? The melter?
Yeah.
Gonna repair the head.
Right.
So over to Phil's damage control rolls.
So we'll do the non-Princeps Senior Warbringer. So it's 4 for him. And get rid of the location dice. I'm learning.
Nothing.
So nothing.
So Phil's second Titan.
The Senior Princeps Senior. That's better.
Ooh. So a 5 can repair critical damage.
He hasn't got any. So I'm just going to go 5 and then there.
And then your Reaver over here, who has got 2 weapon destroyed. So you need some to repair. You need I think you need 3s to repair, so you can repair 1 weapon.
I'm going to repair the Gatling Blaster. I think that's better than the Turbo Laser, to be honest.
Okay. I think it will be. So, into the combat phase.
Yeah.
So you go first.
Oh, this is a really dodgy thing now. So do I go for the Warhound and secure the kill there? Do I try and get the Reaver over here? This is the questions now, really.
What does he do? Tell us in the comments below.
I think. How badly damaged is the Reaver?
It's got 1 pip on the body into critical.
Into critical.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. This is going to fire at the Reaver.
Okay. So there's no cover from there.
So we'll do the Quake Cannon first. So hitting on 2s. +1 because I've downed. Get to reroll 1s because of my stratagem. So it hits. I reroll my miss and I hit, which means with the Quake I've hit twice now against
Okay. So randomise where it goes. Anything but the body.
Body. So that's
a
11,
14 and a 15 to the body.
That's 1.
It is. So a 14 pushes me 2. So go up 1 and a 15 destroys it.
D10.
So D10 on the catastrophic damage table. 4, laid low. I just move in a random direction and fall. So
Don't really matter.
he moves 4 that way and falls. Okay, so my Senior Princeps is going to punch Phil's Senior Princeps in the face. So he gets 4 attacks. He's got 3 base for the Power Claw and 1 for my Traitor Legio special rule because I activated the +2 movement this turn.
Right, okay.
That also gives +1 to the dice roll, or to the dice amount. So I hit on 2s in the most damaged area that Phil's got.
No.
So I hit 4 times. What is the weakest thing that you have then?
Body. Like I've got.
Yeah. So Phil's.
Body is 11 to 12.
So the legs and the body are exactly the same, really.
No, legs are 11 to 13. Direct hit. So you body.
Right. So body then. So I've got a 14, a 15, a 16, and a 17.
Okay, right. So let's do this now. So the 14 will go up 2. Then with you've got
The 15.
the 15, which will go up 2, and then cause and nothing else because it doesn't do a critical.
The first critical goes up 2 and causes a critical damage.
Yep.
And the second critical goes up 2 and causes a critical damage. So pushes it past, so causes 2 critical damage.
So I'm just
Yeah, so Phil's 1 from the end of the critical damage track. Right, so then the second Power Claw attack hits on 2s into the body. 2 hits. I get +3, so it's 15 plus critical.
Yeah. So he dies now. So D10.
He die now.
D10 for it.
So the D10, 7, wildfire, random direction. Watching like destroy my warlord now. Ooh, so Phil's Titan ends up here, and is out of arc of shooting anything. So that is the end of Senior Princeps there. What have you got left to fire?
The Melter hasn't got enough ability to be able to damage the Warhound enough to take it out. So the Gatling will the Melter will have to go first to try and get rid of the shields, and then the Gatling with its 6 shots, getting +1 into the side to try and see if I can get it down by doing a targeted shot.
Yeah, basically, because the Melter doesn't have to hit a specific point to take out the shield, it just can. Whereas the Gatling can then aim at the body.
Yeah. So hitting on 2s.
Yep.
Hits, so it's 2. So it's 3 saves.
He's going to push you react. He goes up by 1. So he goes to yellow. And he passes.
Passes them on.
Which means the Gatling
is pointless.
So do you want to just take out my shields and then we can call the game?
Oh,
you hit with all of them. I'm not pushing my reactor for this. So I fail, the shields go down, and we will come back with victory points. We're back for the outro, and how many points did you get, Phil? And tell us about the game, and then I'll do my own thoughts.
I killed 62% of your army, so I got 10 victory points. At the end, just didn't have enough firepower to be able to get some of the big ticket things, and I failed at that Warhound, which would have helped.
Well, that was very unlucky, I think. The shields holding to the Melter, you only needed to drop 1 shield. When you'd hit, I was then like, oh, this is this. Shield gone, which would then allow you to have the chance to down it with the Gatling. And I think that was the best strategy there. Like, in a very simple decision-making process of that.
So there was a lot of stuff there, having downed a Titan, I was then hitting on 2s and then re-rolling misses because the Tracer Cloud was on them.
Well, I don't think you could have done that any better.
No.
That was a great stratagems, a great strategy of splitting your Reavers and turning them so I couldn't hide my Warhounds anywhere. Like, I think that...
I mean, I really, first time I played Ruptura as a mana pool, really liked it. I really like the Warbringer Titan anyway, and I think Reavers are fantastic as well. So I really enjoyed playing that. I think it'll be one that I'll be playing a little bit more.
What other weapons options would you look at with the Warbringers except double Volcano? So I felt that was a bit you were limited to standing at the back, and just in a way of, if you needed to control ground, I know you'd never do that against my Combat Warlord, but if you wanted to do it against someone else, is there any other options that you take?
So it's really weird because with the Quake Cannon, which I think is the best pivot top for a Warbringer, then the other weapons start bringing you into where you start getting a -1 to hit because you start getting within 24 inches. So you can take a Melter Cannon,
but then you're getting in your scale.
Exactly. You can then you can take laser blasters, which I do quite like laser blasters. I think I might have to take that because there's times when you can't fire your volcano cannons because you can't push your heat or your plasma reactor any further. So probably maybe volcano, laser blaster, and then quake cannon.
Yeah.
Have a look at that to make sure I've got some ability to punch through shields a little bit as well. But we'll wait and see. I'll play around with that a little bit because it is a bit boring just playing with 2 Titans that are exactly the same as well.
Well, you've got that options as well. Are yours magnetised?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So with mine, on the victory points, I got the same 20 for being over 50% but below 75% as you did.
Yeah.
But because Ferrum Face didn't die and he didn't take any structural damage during the game, my secondary objective gave me 10 victory points. So that actually picked that game for me very slightly, which I was massively surprised about. I thought you had it. So when you destroyed the first Reaver, and then even going into the last turn of the game, when you kill the second Reaver, it's like the Chaos... Ferrum Face is the Chaos Knights of the Legio Krytos. He sits there as a big hunk of points that you can't kill.
He was very scary, to be honest. I wanted to try and get rid of him really quickly, but with Fortis, it's just impossible, really.
Well, sharing the shields on the Reaver, that was always my plan.
Yeah.
Like, he shares with the rear one that's going to stay at the back. He then runs off, and my plan was to, if he hadn't gone crazy on turn 1, he would have been sharing every turn with both of them, so that would have increased the survivability of both of them. But I think this build is made viable by that warp displacement. It just gives that...
The warp shunt is needed, definitely.
Yeah, even if I rolled badly, it's still an extra move when I'm desperate for an extra move.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Would you change anything in it at the moment?
I won, so no. No, I'm going to have a think about it. I'm thinking about another Warlord because Emma's got to paint her Warlord, so I might do that at the same time. I'm going to, get my Krytos Legio rules so I can stop complaining that you get Legio rules and I don't. I might actually utilise mine, even if it's not a massive in-game benefit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's us for the Titanicus battle report number 2. Anything left to say?
No, I'm just very bitter. But then again, I'm very bitter all the time, aren't I? So it doesn't really change anything.
That's it. We'll put some sugar in your coffee, you'll be fine. So the only thing I've got left to say is don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the video. Definitely comment if you think that we're rubbish so that we can improve it, especially Phil. And if you want to buy us a coffee, there is a Patreon link below. And thank you for watching. Yeah? Stick around for the next video.
Okay.
See you in a bit.